Whose purse is this?
I do not know.
It's been a while.
Karen. I think that's Karen.
Oh, okay.
And young? No, yeah, it's Karen.
Check one. Hello. Check one. Hello. Do you work? You work here? Are you clocked in? You're fine. Okay. I need the Wi-Fi for this business center. Okay. Let me just write it. You said business center?
Business center, I believe, or Scotland. Oh, you know what? Let me get you a password card.
Okay. Thank
They
you.
have one on there. You will.
Or you can tell her when to go right there. You can tell her when to go. Yeah. Yeah. So just
Good evening. We're going to be starting in a few minutes. You should have your drink ticket. So if you haven't made it to the bar, make sure you take advantage of that. Please check out the silent auction. And when you're getting started, just come on.
drink tickets. Did you get that? Look on the back on my thing.
I did. Hi. How are you? Thank you.
You need my purse. It goes right.
That's right. I do.
I'll just keep. Awesome. That's Karen. But they're not, and that's like that.
Check one, check two. Check one, check two. Check one, check two.
Figure out whose purse it was.
Karen's. Ooh, the food smells so good. Yes. Oh my gosh! How are you? See you in person.
You look great.
Oh my gosh! Thank you. You had your baby.
Oh my goodness. Hi. Good. My mind is going everywhere.
At least you're here. You
Yes.
showed up. That's what it's all
But this-
about.
Look down. It's like,
Yes.
put it in my gown. How are you?
I'm good. You know, I kind of was a little reclusive.
Yeah.
Because I know everybody's just like, wow, wow, I forgot. Everything's being recorded.
Oh, okay.
But behind the scenes. But
Hey.
but super cool.
Yes.
Super cool. Yeah. And you?
Okay, good. Yeah. Just kind of trucking along, and I've never been up here before. It's beautiful.
I think even the views, it's just like,
Yeah.
this is like, yeah, this is us. How's the podcast going?
How's the podcast?
Well, you know what? I'm starting it back out. I
Okay.
kind of,
Took a little break.
just kind of just want to make sure I understood how everything's going.
Yeah.
So like today is kind of
Get back in there.
yeah. Because now I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna just be bold
Yeah.
and just do it. Yes. Like there's a part of me that doesn't like to.
Well, it's like in Vegas.
Okay.
Like, wondering why it's there.
Uh-huh. Thank you so much. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
real quick. Okay. Thank you so much. But yeah, I'm also listening.
Unbelievable. Thank you.
And that's what I do. No, it's not. You know, that's right. That's and now, yeah, and yeah, because like you just help once, right? And it doesn't go. But you just remind me how much I want to do that whole session. Okay. Yeah, keep this coming for that. I'm like, oh,
Myself out there. Say,
because the thing about it is that you won't be the like then you're not doing anything either.
right.
So then it's just like, okay,
It's like, okay, that's fine.
so what is happening? Nothing. Sharon.
Hey, Karen.
I can show you that. Okay, I see that one. Yeah. Check one, check two.
Well, the next time we see something.
Check one, check two.
Check one, check two.
Good evening. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Welcome to our State of NAWBO event. I always start with acknowledgments, and since we're all sort of standing, I'm going to need the people I acknowledge to sort of give away.
Check one, check two.
First, I want to acknowledge the amazing set of women I have had the opportunity to work with on the board. For the 2024-2025 board, raise your hand. And board advisors, thank you very much for all your hard work this year. We're going to talk more about that in a minute. I stand on the shoulders of some of the world's most amazing women who have served as president of NAWBO. If you are a past NAWBO president, will you please raise your hand? I know I saw Billy. I saw Billy. Good. Also, we have several past board members because the president doesn't get it done without the support of the board. So if you have ever served on the NAWBO-Indianapolis Board of Directors, if you could wave, we're grateful for you. During my term, I have had the opportunity to experience NAWBO National, and we have members in our chapter who are taking advantage of that. If you are not taking advantage of that, please start. All right. So I know I saw Julie Ashmore come in the room. Where's Julie? Julie serves on the NAWBO National Advisory Committee. Advocacy Committee, she's on the Hill. She always helps our Advocacy Committee keep in touch with what's happening. She's our liaison, spoke at the conference, represents us well, right? And so there are always opportunities to do that. For the past four years, I have served on the National DEIB Committee. And so I have rolled off of that, but I have my very proud CLCPN because I was selected to serve on the NAWBO Council for chapter leaders. And so I will have 5 chapters over the next 2 years I'll be supporting in the same way I have had the opportunity to grow us and work with boards here in Indianapolis. And then we also, where's Trisetta?
She's over there too.
Come up here, Trisetta. Come up here, Trisetta. You know I could not do this, right? So we're proud that Trisetta for what, 4 years, 5 years has served on the NAWBO National Board, and in Washington, D.C., she was selected as chair-elect. We don't have one other person for our chapter do that, that's Billy. So she has big shoes to fill, but we know that that's going to happen, and she will be inaugurated in June of 2026. So let's all plan to be in D.C. to cheer for Trisetta. Partners that support us, so we want to thank our platinum partner, our gold partners, our silver partners, and our bronze partners. We also have partners that help us make these events look beautiful and get the pictures that you will see in the magazine later on today. So we want to thank J.P. Parker and Kelly Lynn Photography for the work they always do for our events. We also want to thank Bank of America, and you'll hear from them in just a few minutes for being our event sponsor for for this evening and Indiana Energy Association for being a supporting partner. And now the state of NAWBO 2025. We are on fire. In July, we had strategic planning and we set three big major goals that we have been pursuing all year. And I am proud to say that we were able to accomplish all of our strategic goals. I'm even prouder to say that we're going to hand over that stuff to Christy in really good shape. So our first goal was to support the fiscal viability of NAWBO Indianapolis. This is a time when every organization is concerned about their bottom line. So Leanne has been working hard to make sure we bring in new partners, retain our current partners. We have set a revenue goal, which we made. But I think the biggest difference for us this year is that we set the goal to apply for at least 7 grants. And where's Jaleesa? Jaleesa is our grant support person who has helped Leanne in applying for those grants. And I'm very proud to say that our first 2 that we applied for with Bank of America, we received, each one was $25,000. So that gives us cushion for planning for programs, so we're proud of that. Our second goal was looking at our programs and integrating those things. If we're going to, I'm a college person, in the right seat, and people in the right seat on the bus, and looking critically at what it is we do. And we have great traditions with NAWBO, but everything wasn't benefiting us. And so kudos to the courage of our board to take a look at our traditions, our finances, and figure out how we do good programming. This was a year of experience and seeing what worked and what didn't. And we had what used to be 2 events into one. It was so well received, and it made money, which made us all very happy. Membership is doing some amazing things, not just the things we've done in the past, but connect lives and expanding our reach outside of Indianapolis proper into Shelbyville and allowing women throughout Indiana, because we're about empowering all women to benefit from NAWBO. And so we've had some great programming throughout the year. A couple other that we do in the reach that we have, we were asked by IDOA to sponsor a regional women's breakfast. So we work with our sister NAWBO chapter in Chicago to have an event in South Bend, our sister chapter in Kentucky to have an event in Jeffersonville, and then we ended up with an event here with all kinds of topics that featured NAWBO members sharing what it is they do and providing opportunities for growth. And then we also had the opportunity to host a delegation of women from the UK. And in the UK, they don't have certification for women business owners. And so they were anxious to learn from us, but also to establish partnerships. So that gives our members the opportunity to work globally and look at ways to work globally. So I think we have really left things in good shape in terms of our programs and looking to the future. The last thing is enhancing our brand. I think this was the hardest thing for us to do. I always say when I speak that NAWBO is like our best kept secret. We say think NAWBO first, and that's great, but if NAWBO is too small, you might not be able to find somebody that's thinking what you need, right? And so how do we expand NAWBO? How do we let other people know how amazing NAWBO is? And so our communications committee put together a marketing plan, and then God bless me to bump into Victoria. Wait, Victoria. We actually, before Victoria was NAWBO, we were on a panel together. And I heard her talk about her magazine and her passion for women and what she does with that. And so the instant that she and I could connect and she was NAWBO, we went to work on the Boss Ladies magazine, which you will have the benefit of seeing today, right? In addition to Victoria, where's Casey? Is Casey here yet? Oh, yeah, okay. So Victoria is the magazine queen. Casey is our media queen. So I wanted for everyone to know how amazing NAWBO was in KCA that happened. Like, we had posts that got 170,000 views. We've had millions of hits. We've been on television. We've been in newspaper. We're hitting social media like crazy, right? And so now I go to the gas station and people go, aren't you that novel person? But that's what we want, is to let people know how great we are. And you will see that reflection. If you haven't been to Rich TV's business equity and opportunity, please go there because there's some amazing videos. The reporter articles are there. And so please take the time to not only look at it, but share it and let other people know how amazing NAWBO is, right? I think the last thing I want to say, where's Leanne? Leanne always dies. Is that none of this stuff would be happening without Leanne, right? Who is the most amazing executive director on the planet. She is was president before me. She was the first novel president to serve more than 1 year. And so every year there was a change in the face of NAWBO. But every year we could count on Leanne. And our corporate partners know Leanne, and people in the community know Leanne, and that just really is very important if we're going to grow that brand. So if you missed this in the newsletter, it's also going to be in the magazine. But share the great things that we do. Like, we have to share. We have to be the people telling our story. So I hope that we will all take advantage of that. And now we'll read from the script. Y'all know I don't read. But I want to mess up Leanne again. Because it's time for me to introduce one of our sponsor from Bank of America. Clap one more time for Bank of America. So I have the privilege of introducing Beth Walker, and I'm going to read it so I don't mess up. With 8 years of experience in business banking, Beth is your go-to partner for everything from day-to-day financial needs to long-term business growth. As a relationship manager at Bank of America, she provides personalized advice, support, whether you're opening new accounts or navigating complex lending solutions. Her goal is to help you build, grow, and succeed in every stage of your business. Please join me in welcoming Beth Walker.
Thank you guys so much. It's a pleasure to be in front of you here today. Really, with Bank of America, it's all about scaling up. So, just like the little snippet that she said, it was really all encompassing about what we have the ability to do. We work with a ton of partners. So, anything business banking, financing, workplace benefits, employee solutions, your personal retirement, marriages, all we can do all of it. The great thing is to be able to speak to somebody who can assist you and guide you to the right place. So there's a QR code right here for some free webinars, different things that would be beneficial to each client. Today I have the pleasure of having our client here. Her name is Cindy Gonzalez, and she's with Taco Tacos, also Bank of America. So I'll give you the floor.
Hi everyone. My name. I am with Carlos Zacaria, and it has been a pleasure to work with Bank of America, even though a very, very tiny small business still. Bank of America has opened the doors for me many times, many situations that you could imagine. calm down, it's okay, I got you. And he was helping me in a good way. So I was able to do some calls to fix that situation that I was going through. And I highly recommend it. I have as well Jignasia. Jignasia has been like, hey, I'm going to take you to the right path so you can keep going with us and your business. And since, hey, you have invested in this, she started giving me information. You need to do this for your children.
So that's another great thing about novel is the stories. Find out somebody. Have our chat with Dr.
Excuse me, coming through. Oh, thank you. Coming through. Sorry, coming through. I might call you over here to do like that. Yeah, just call me when you're ready. Okay. Yeah, it's showing one thing. And it's showing it's ended. It doesn't make any sense. All it shows is this. They're so bizarre. Did you figure it out? I'm sorry I walked in front of it. No, you're fine. You're fine.
We're going to give it 5 more minutes and then doing, so grab your food and be ready. I tell you where I can really help you. Listen, man, so I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna be doing this for free. So I want to make it, no plastic. So probably be in the spring. So we'll get it on the calendar for the So the reason why I say that we reimagined it, books. That's what I'm saying. Look, so they have all stadiums got one. They got chapters of both. Yeah, so so what we're doing is kind of connecting with them. So what I'd like to do is I was telling you, we got attorneys, lawyers, all of this. So that falls in line with what we're talking about. Right? So by the time you're a junior, you might not have your we do. We got that. Because attracting that younger student, they really was straight. You know, so they got to be focused, and that's ideal. It's almost like you get them in the freshman, you get 3 or 4 years with them. It's good for them, it's good for you. What we found is a lot of their attention span, their freshmen, what is this? Right? So ideally, we won't shoot for that. Okay? And we're looking at that South Florida percentage. Yeah, so we're going to stay focused. How people locked in, man. I know you travel and enjoy your life. That's what you do.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. We're going to take you up on it. Please do. That'd be a blessing for me. Yeah.
Dr. Billy's room reflects scaling up in an exemplary manner. Billy Jerome is the founder and CEO of RepuCare, a proven workforce solutions provider to Fortune 500 clients and managed healthcare providers. Please let me have your attention. 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 It's time for our speaker, our guest for the evening. So let me start again. Our theme tonight is scaling up. Dr. Billy Trudeau reflects scaling up in an exemplary manner. Top 10 women entrepreneurs in the United States. Billy was
one of 720 entrepreneurs throughout, who was invited by the President of the United States to attend the 2016 Entrepreneur Summit at Stanford, California. Her service to NAWBO is consistent with the impact she has had on the community. Julie is a past national chair and CEO of NAWBO National. She is a past president and emeritus board advisor of NAWBO Indianapolis, where she was an architect of its growth. Julie's board service is extensive. She's an executive board member of the Greater Indianapolis Progress Committee, board member of the Indianapolis Chamber, the Indiana University Lilly School of Law, a member of the board of Official Indiana Corporate Partnerships, and a trustee of Franklin College. She is also a member of the Women's Fund of Central. She is the co-founder of the Indiana Conference for Women. 13 years. Ron, with a round of their welcome station. Billy Driven. So, so here we go. So the theme is scaling up. Some of your lessons: leading your dreams, a healthy disrespect for the impossible, balancing innovation and strategy. Those align really perfectly with that whole notion of scaling up. Please share with us your scaling up story, right? And how we can take steps towards actioning our dreams.
Well, actually, scaling up is the goals that you go after, and in your dreams that you lead those. And I think that you have to have lofty goals in order to dream. And when you have those dreams, you need to lead them in a way that is going to get you into a right. And so with me, I started my house about 30th year with our company. So I think for me, I don't know if many of you know me, I just don't take no for an answer, but you have to do it very politically correct and also without being too aggressive. And you have to be aggressive, but not too aggressive, right? So I think with scaling up your businesses, you have to have a dream, you have to have an idea, and then you have to make sure that you execute on those ideas. And it's not easy. I mean, there's a lot of things you have to do to scale your businesses to a high level. And, I think that you have to lean on the people that are around you, friends, your family, your political, folks that maybe your sphere of influence. But those things you can attain too by leading your dreams. A dream is, you have them, but you need to lead with them. And those are the things that make you scale your business higher levels. And you have to get in the room to be able to do that. And it's not easy, it's hard. And I think people sometimes get low or using their power, trying to. And it eliminates them from using it because they're afraid they're not going to do well, or they're not going to be somebody's not going to talk to them, or if I ask them a question, they're not going to answer, or if I ask them for something, they're going to say no. Well, that's okay, because you only can ask a question or ask for something once and only be told no once, right?
Yeah.
So you can't be afraid to do any of those things. And I was like all of you, if you have virtual businesses here, I was just like all of you. I worked really down. I had a lot of failures as well along the way. We can talk about that later.
Yeah.
Winston Churchill says that, success is not final, and failure is not, fatal. But, you have to have the courage to continue on with those things, and those things you will have throughout your life with your career, with your companies. And it's not for the faint of heart, but, if you have an idea and you believe in it and you can scale it in a way that's going to be profitable and, for you and your family, I think that you need to lead those dreams in a successful way. And there's a lot of things and a lot of people around you that can help you get to where you need to go.
Before I take a question, when you started that business at your kitchen table, what was your dream? Did you dream that you would be where you are now?
No, I didn't think about that. I was a headhunter for business on mission sales most of my career. I was divorced at a young age. I mean, my kids were young. I was divorced, so my kids were starting college, and I started my company at my house, and so I knew I had to figure out something to make a lot of money, right? I got to about my son went to Purdue, so it was just trial by fire. I looked at every day in a positive way, and I think that's a big thing. You got to have a positive attitude and a can do it attitude. Because again, starting a business and running a business, trying to find the money to run it on a daily basis or weekly or meeting payroll. There are many times where I held my breath to be able to make payroll throughout my career. And so yeah, it was tough, but I look back at it now and wonder how I did that. And I had good people around me too. I had a lot of good friends. And those are some things that I talk about in the 7. I hope you had maybe coffee for everybody.
Yeah, the 7 will be in the magazine. So is there a single question we can answer, Aunt Billy can answer real quick before I go to the next thing on my list? I don't see a hand. Okay, so we hear a lot about networking, right? And you mentioned being in the room. And so networking is often seen as critical. One of your lessons is getting in the room, right? But also surrounding yourself with greatness and finding your power. So can you speak a little about those things? How can you help us to find that power like you were just talking about?
Power of stepping into a room with people that you don't know, and you need to go to things that it's going to be attracted to your business. It's going to help you grow your business, help you scale your business, and so you need to surround yourself with 5 really good people, and that could be somebody you sit on a board with. It could be another business owner that's similar to yours. So I think you're as successful as the people that you surround yourself with, and that gives you the power to walk into those rooms and get into that room, get at that table. And that's not easy. I mean, it's scary. I mean, you walk into a room and you're trying to make networking and making connections with your business. And it's fearful for a lot of people. But you have to be determined, and you have to kind of, I'm going to do this because I need my company to be successful. And, I can walk up to somebody and I still have a fear of speaking and talking to people and asking for things that I need. I still have that fear, but I do it anyway. And people don't realize that about me because they think I'm so outgoing, but I still have a fear of speaking and talking to people. But I do it because it's good for my company and it's good for the destination I want my life to be, right? It's good to form your own destiny.
Is there a question about that power? We don't have any introverts in the room that want to know how Billy manages to get past.
How many people in here think they have a lot of power?
Ooh, no hands. How many people feel like they have a lot of power when they walk into a room with people you don't know? Not very many hands.
There's a lot of areas and different households. This means that you have the ability to walk
Can't hear you.
Hold it, oh, closer, they can.
You have some power to be able to answer something that you need. And that happens for business as well.
But I think every place I go, I meet someone who knows Billy Dragoo. I was saying, when we, seriously, it's when you say people think that that you're not afraid, right? Because you know so many people, right? When we were at the State House, I remember you said, say hello to the governor, right? That I did. He was like, oh, tell Billy I said, hey. When we were in DC on the Hill, they asked us, where's Billy, right? And so how do you get those, how do you build those kinds of relationships? Like, we all want those relationships where we can make that impact, right?
Well, and can I have I have a little story I want to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I don't know what I don't know.
Put your mic up closer.
And so my business stayed home to the city. It was at the airport when they were building the building up many years ago. And I'm this tiny little company, no, you know, pretty much a nobody at the time. And so president of the airport board, we used to have meetings and boards meetings, and that's when we had a conference everybody, women, minorities, people, and at the time, that's when I was talking about as well, in Indianapolis, and we would take Navajo language up there, and they would be on conference, they were on conference. Well, I was flying out one. In a way that I didn't have set for. And so, yeah, I mean, I think it's important for your company to succeed, to be civically engaged in some part of the work in your community. And it's going to be something in passion. You know, my passion is serving girls and business. that you do this determine what is it that you really are passionate about in a meaningful way in your impact. Not only, community, but your business as well.
So can you speak a little about the women's conference?
So I started, another thing that I started with a friend of mine, this gal, and I was scrolling and they had a good thing for me in California, and with the women, out of the row, eons ago, almost 15 years ago now. And she said, I'd like to get to know you, and this is how people in the community will get to know you too, because you're out of the board, they'll get to know you more. Your name gets out a little bit more. She said, let's, start to the Maria Shriver's conference in California at the time. And that gets kind of did start maybe in a conference for women. And this conference is a one-day conference. It's $1 million to come on one day. We have a lot of significant authors and speakers, collaborators coming in all the country. Fly them in, we have a production team, we have very esteemed board of directors, a lot of them people are honest, or we recognize in the community. I would say that the executive Indian Oxford, and you'll see a lot of great things that we're doing. We also, we said that we look at ecosystem for women in our state. So there's something there for everyone. A lot of like Thomas bringing 2 or 3 tables of folks that are up-and-coming managers, and they're still bringing some different folks to come. We have a lot of great sponsors as well. Now, the breakout sessions are pretty impactful. And our keynote speakers are pretty impactful. So if you have a chance to come October 23rd, I would definitely work for a day of learning and networking. It's a big networking opportunity. We also, this last couple of years, of the Women's Leadership Series, and that's a 2-year program that we have a lot of major speakers coming from all over the state that are pretty noteworthy and educate some of these folks in leadership. And then help them to scale in their companies as well, get bigger and better operations. And then they have a mentorship for the year after that. So it's a 2-year program and they graduate. And then we have a scholarship program for women and girls at CIC at Oceania, and she's looking for that. So I'm very proud of this conference. So I see these for me, and I've never been millionaires. Well, last 14 years, but the first year. And it's been awesome. Have you been here attended? If you haven't attended, you have to get your ticket because when you walk in that room, it is amazing.
So my last question for Billy has to do with NAWBO. So before we slide into NAWBO, any questions anyone wants to ask Billy? I know everybody's probably waiting to get on her list. Go ahead, Victoria.
Kitchen table, and you went to do a lot of great things. And the moment when you were great, do you ever feel like you couldn't do it, or did you feel like you know that you're going to make it?
So her question was, in the moments that you felt like you couldn't do it from that kitchen table, were you ever afraid that you couldn't get it done, or were you just sure you could do it?
Every day, I prayed every day. I mean, I wasn't so stressed out and impacted my. I still am. I mean, I don't know of anybody in here that owns a company that doesn't have a deal with these programs. I mean, it is long. I still think, I'm a millionaires say the same thing there. They think one day it's going to be right out underneath them. You can't think about it, you can't worry about it. So you're there. And yeah, so you're this side of the house, people are do it's fine here. It's very, very special and it is beautiful. And you think about it, it's on your mind all the time. I mean, how are you going to pay well? These great banks here, so hopefully they can come out and entrepreneurs. This is money, and I think there's a lot of great things going on right now in the financial institution that are helping women-owned businesses get to where they need to go for business. Again, I've been there and done that. I lost 8 years to my business. In 1999, I lost somebody in the company did something bad. In 2007, I lost $800,000, and back then it was a lot of money.
Still a lot of money.
2007, down. So, you know, a lot of times tribulations, and I think all of you will, it's just how you execute on forward. And the strength that you have, and positivity and enthusiasm you have, this keeps you going.
One more question. Is there one more before we talk about NAWBO? Go ahead, Trish.
So my question is, when you were starting out, do you feel like there were other people that were doing what you were doing?
Competition, when you started, were there other people doing what you were doing?
Because for me, I feel like I struggle because I feel like I want to do something different that hasn't been done. But sometimes I'm afraid to kind of step out because I think it's like, well, girl, nobody's doing that. What advice would you give to somebody?
The confident, trying to be or they never done that. So you get to see stuff with your little kid or been doing stuff to something that. And I would say 99% of the time you're really successful. I did it before on a non-stop program. And it did very well. I saved at that airport a lot of money. So yes, you need to set out based out there.
Thank you.
So we're going to end with NAWBO because Billy has graciously agreed to give the award, our entrepreneur scholarship. So we want to end with NAWBO. Just like Billy has done amazing things in the community, Billy has done amazing things for NAWBO. She was among the first presidents, grew NAWBO amazingly during her presidency, served at the national level. And when we were in DC, Jen, who is now the CEO, spoke very highly of Billy and all of the things that she did to grow NAWBO at the national level, right? And so share with us your thoughts about NAWBO participation and how we can leverage that, because we're all here to grow and scale up and build relationships. And so that seems to have worked for you, Billy. Tell us the secret.
I was very honored to be able to finish work 2000. And it gave me, I learned a lot, practicing 1,060 hours. Then we'll also review cities. And we have so much more meeting with them than that I gave it time. Yeah, every time I meet with somebody, regardless of who they are, speaking of them, it's so much more than I do, you know, anything I feel I can provide for them. So, you know, I know platform to start from, all the time, but I think you should reach out to the other that you need throughout throughout the country. And I can come from the local, Trinidad, you know, reach out to Trinidad and ask them to appreciate some of this in 4 years and then just say, you know, the other thing that you can, there you go, that's I'm shaking this here. Yeah. Scouts and look at somebody that looks like you and go collaborate with them and up and become bigger that way. Or you can, but next thing, or back on your own, that's them to give you a lot of money. So, you know, you can have that position, say, so they were 300,000, multi-million in life. They made yourself bigger. So, but yeah, somebody looks like you, and maybe you solve for and your company has almost overnight become bigger.
So is there anything, Billy, you would share with us? You know, we went through these sort of questions trying to get in 15 or so minutes, all of the knowledge out of your brain. But what would you share with us that perhaps we haven't talked about?
Well, I think it's important to be kind to people and to reach out and help women. You know, that's my motto, my whole life. You know, I return an email within 24 hours. Anybody that ever reaches out to me, and I learned that from some of the men in my life, the more stuff I said. You know, I always have men at my table. It's always important to have men, and they do it really well in other areas that we don't. And also, you know, reciprocity. If people know what reciprocity is, it's like, you know, I'm going to do something really nice for you because this is what you did for me.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that it's important for women to understand that. You know, I don't think in my lifetime I'm never going to see the glass ceiling and growth for women just because there's a lot of things that hinder women from helping each other and without going into too many things about that. I think it's important that regardless of you, and so you don't have to like them, but you can respect them, and then they need a helping hand to bring them forward. Use your influence. I use my influence to help a lot of people. You know, I didn't always have many friends, but that people helped me to get to where I was and am today. So if I can help circumvent somebody going through all the channels that I had to when I first began, my influence in this community stayed beyond, I will help them in some way I can. So I think it's just important to make sure that you reach out and help other people along the way. And that's like it. You'd be surprised when that happens, people start talking about them that way. And how they pass it along to other people. Pretty soon, your name's in the lot circles. So I think it's important. Don't you agree?
I do. Every time I talk to you, I feel validated, right? And I think that's an important thing as a woman business owner, having people around you who help you feel that you're okay. Right? And that you're doing things that work and that it's okay. I love that failure is not fatal, right? Because oftentimes we carry those huge burdens with us, right? That if we didn't get it this time, that we're never going to get it. And sometimes as women, we're not so nice to each other in those situations. So being able to feel validated. I have to share with you, I owe Billy, and I'm saying it publicly so that you can hold me accountable. I owe Billy a soul food meal. My people are from the South, right? And she's from the South. And so I committed to that soul food meal for Billy, that reciprocity of every time. This is every time you are in a room with Billy Dragoo, this is what happens. And you leave feeling like you can accomplish like anything.
I spent most homework sometimes about 10 hours, 3 days before that. And I think rotating with them was kind of a like changing thing for me. But one of the things I asked him was, successful people. And he said, yeah, successful people are successful people. And they say no to everything. And I said, they say no. So, yeah, she didn't even say this 3 days and that been great.
Well, thank you for saying yes to us, Billy. Can we give Billy a hand? Can you grab her? Where's her gift? Oh, I'm losing Tracy's mic. Where's her gift? Oh. We have a little something for you. So we wanted to make sure, because you missed the 50th, Billy's picture was every place when we were in DC. And so we brought you back 50th goodies. So you have all the pin, the scarf, the things, the program from the 50th. So can we give another hand to Billy as she prepares to introduce our scholarship recipient? Tracy, can you come and do we're sort of losing the mics. Sorry about that. I don't know. I think Billy lost hers too when we got up. It fell off when we got up. She just took it off. We want you to gift them. Here, give her. She can use my mic. Okay, now it's time. It should be on. Just hold it up close. Yep. Did you turn it to the?
Now it's my honor to present the Emerging Entrepreneur Award to an amazing lady. My distinct pleasure to present this award 2025. I'm sorry, 2025. My eyes are bad. Sorry. NAWBO's Emerging Entrepreneur Award, honoring a rising leader whose vision, innovation, and impact are shaping the future of business. This year's recipient is dynamic leader of a boutique agency, brand development and creative content for small to mid-sized businesses. Her growing agency is known for its fresh strategic to brand development and digital storytelling. Under her leadership, the business has quickly earned reputation for helping businesses connect in an authentic and grow with purpose. Purpose. I'm sorry, I have contacts in and I think they're floating all over my eye. Our recipient is not only building a thriving company, she's building a legacy of creativity, empowerment, and entrepreneurial excellence. Her commitment to elevating brands, mentoring others, and leading with integrity
This is mine.
make, makes her a true standout among the emerging entrepreneurs. Please join me in celebrating the 2025 NAWBO Emerging Entrepreneur Award recipient, CEO of eBloom Marketing, Leela Span.
So much.
Okay, so we need to get a photo. I'm sure Kelly Lynn wants, let me get rid of this. You get in the middle.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you. It's pretty. They say that.
So now you get to say some words, if you would want to say
I'll
some
hold it.
words.
Awesome. Hello, everyone. What do you have?
Evening. Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Billy, for sharing your story. So inspiring. Someone who's gone through it all, the ups, the downs, the failures, all of it, and is here to tell that story. There's so much power in storytelling, and that is what I love to do. I'm a girl from New York. I came here kicking and screaming. And when I say kicking and screaming, it's like I didn't plan to stay here. Now I'm here almost 10, 11 years later. And welcome. Thank you. It has truly just been an honor and a surprise. The city has surprised me again and again in the way that people, most of the people in this room have shown up and shown support to support me, my business, and all of that. 2 years ago, actually this month, I launched in Bloom Marketing. By my daughter's first birthday was my goal. And it was during the time that I was really quietly navigating postpartum depression. And then a year ago this month, I took the business full time. So to say that it kind of brought me back to life in a lot of ways would be an understatement, but it's been a journey for sure. I will say now, as a mother raising a daughter in Indiana, there's a heavy weight that I'm sure a lot of us feel. So many of us feel, I'm sure. But for me, that's where NAWBO has stepped in, that I have the power to advocate for change. And when people are policing my body and all of our bodies, our daughters' bodies, that we can advocate for change and make the world a little better for future generations. So for me, NAWBO is a place where women create change, shape policy, make space for future generations to rise with fewer barriers, a place that reminds us that our voices, our ideas, and our leadership are needed now or never. A huge thank you. I will be remiss if I didn't say this. My incredibly supportive husband. I think you can hear a lot of hacks about what it means to be a great business owner. My hack has been my husband, who has always shined a light on me and who has often seen my vision more clearly than I do. So thank you. Thank you, thank you. All of that to say, truly it's an honor to be part of this work, to support each of you. I can't wait to learn more about you, your businesses, to keep lifting up, showing up, and speaking up, and celebrating the next 28 plus years of NAWBO.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, so food.
Yep.
So time for more food, and if you haven't used up your drink tickets, and then in a few minutes, we're going to give out that magazine.
You announce.
No, you announce it.
Okay. Did I do okay?
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
My fucking eye, excuse my language.
Oh, well.
My contacts all over my eyes.
Oh, I know. Well, and it's, I don't know, something in the atmosphere in here too. But I'm sure you'll have lots of people who will want to connect with you.
Nice turnout.
Yeah.
You've done it really, you should be very proud
Thank
of
you.
yourself.
I have seen you many times.
I know. How is Paco's Tacos going? We appreciate the partnership.
I've been there before.
Billy, oh my gosh.
Check one, check two. So loud. Check one, check two. Check one, check two. Check one. Check one, check two. Check one, check two. I just want to get stories, but it's like it's so loud that it doesn't. But I think check one, check two. I think they both work.
Magazines are being distributed. Please raise your hand if you don't have a magazine. The task force is trying to make sure everyone has one.
I did. I got one yesterday.
The magazine is being distributed. Please raise your hand if you didn't get a magazine. We want to make sure everybody gets one.
Victoria, can you be the first to do the story? Okay.
Do you want me to have a copy of the magazine?
Yes, I do. I do. Yes. Check one, check two. Okay, so then hold this one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we are behind the scenes and in the mix with Victoria. Now you're gonna have to say your last name.
Odeko Maya.
Okay, say that one more time.
Odeko Maya.
Okay, Odeko Maya.
Yes.
Okay, because I want to be able to say it right. So
Thank you.
we're so excited. So today is the stage of the NAWBO Indianapolis, where we have so many things going on. You probably already see like how many people have been here, and we have launched the Boss Ladies magazine.
Yes.
The NAWBO Indianapolis chapter.
Yes.
So maybe come a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we have it on a QR code to you, so you can actually scan the QR code and get a copy to see the digital version too.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
let's bring it closer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Victoria, talk about this process, right? Because, you know, how can people even work with you to be able to do something like this? Tell us the whole story.
Oh my God. So Boss Lady started as a way to amplify the voices of women. You know, we're doing so much. We wear multiple hats, but unfortunately, in between our self-doubts and everything else going on around us, we don't get to celebrate ourselves. We don't get to tell our stories. So the whole point of Boss Ladies magazine is to amplify the stories of what we're already doing as women. Incredible work. And so this magazine, you know, we started a couple of years ago. This is our fourth issue, and this year we started to we're making it quarterly. Before we used to do once a year. And yeah, and now thank you. And yes, we're scaling up. Yes, and one of the things that we're beginning to do even more to further amplify the voices is partnering with organizations like NAWBO and other female organizations, because there's so much story to tell. There's so much people, there's so much talent. It's a great way to amplify your voice, your story, your brand. So it's all the things, right? The other thing is not just for you, it's also inspiring other people out there, because when they hear the story, they can, you know, people are inspired. We heard it from Billy today, and some of the questions that was asked and the things that she said, I was like, oh my God, so empowering, right? So yes.
And I love the stories. It's because, like, you know, it's easy to tell people, like, this is what you need to do. Give people like 10 things to do, a framework of best practices. Yeah, but the storytelling, that's where you can resonate with that energetically, and I love that.
Yes.
So, where can people connect with you and reach out and you know, at least find you on social media?
Oh my God, I'm all over the place. Victoria Odeko Maya, or my business Lim Studios. We are getting ready to launch the next issue that comes out in September. So if you're interested in being a part of that and the November edition too, come reach out, because we are looking for those stories. So it's not just about storytelling, it's also giving women a beautiful experience.
Yes.
So
can you show yours? I don't know if anybody's gonna, you know, but can you show yours? Like, because you did, like, you know, you had Lim Studio service as well.
Oh yes.
You know, done before your picture.
Yes.
So can you share like your picture so people can kind of see real quick? Just give you a little.
I know, just so you can get a taste. I mean, look at that. Look at this. Look at these photos. Look at this amazing photos and videos. And for this, it's like I said, it's an experience. You know, we give women a beautiful experience with hair, professional hair, makeup. We talk about wardrobe. We serve wine and chocolate covered strawberries. Yes, girl. Yes, chocolate covered strawberries and wine. It is great for a girls' night. We're playing your favorite music. It's a really great experience. So not only do you get the experience, but you also get images for your businesses. Oh, okay. So I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Two times if you hear me. One more time if you hear me. I need a 2025, 2026 board here for installation.
How are you doing, Terry?
And I need the magazine task force.
I'm just all over the place. Because we are behind the scenes and in the mix.
Magazine task force, come on.
No? Oh.
Magazine task force, come on.
Oh, I thought you said no. Oh.
Magazine task force. Magazine task force. Who's missing? Husband. Oh, husband. Photograph. Magazine task force. He's my official photographer this evening.
No, oh, okay.
This set of ladies put together the magazine you are holding in 4 months. 4 months. Victoria made us all feel special in her studio. Casey put everybody's everything, every place, and the team worked really hard. You are looking at the future, the very strong, very engaged future of Northern Indianapolis.
Are you in
They
it?
are hard working. So I told them they all need to join the committee and do whatever Christy says.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I've already given them my gifts, that reciprocity, but thank you so much for the work. And I hope you enjoy the magazine. And now, who are we missing?
I'd like to interview. I'd like to be on the wall. Okay.
Okay, so we have that.
Sorry, ladies. I need chicken.
So one thing about installation, this is a surprise for Christy. In DC in June, the NAWBO National Board pins all of the presidents who are present. And our president was not able to be there. And I was like, oh, my president will have a pin. And she will be pinned by a national board member.
It's kind of loud, but yeah, we are live. This is all right. So I'm back behind the scenes and in the mix, and today I have with me.
CEO of Polish Strategic Communications.
Awesome. Now tell us a little bit about Polish Comms.
Yeah, so Polish is an agency based out of Indianapolis, but we have clients across the country, and we really focus on storytelling, media relations, but all through the lens of equity and access.
Okay.
Education, and community.
Awesome. Now who do you work with?
Well, a variety of people. Right now, I've got some work popping up with Indy Crew, which is supporting women in commercial real estate. And I'm also working with a couple of crew chapters in California. I've got
Oh, wow. Okay.
which is an online school for K-12. Central Indiana Corporate Partnership, Business Equity for Indy, just a variety of clients where I'm having a ton of fun.
Now that is super awesome. Now you are here not only because you're an NAWBO-Indy member, but also because you've even helped with the we didn't have the magazine here, but you all seen the magazine. So okay. So here we have the magazine. Now you were a part of this. Can you tell us like what you did and what that experience was like? You know, hearing every story, all the stories that everybody had to share.
Absolutely. So I helped interview all of the featured, I guess the women who were going to feature, and then I also wanted to, it was really important to me that we elevated the task force because there were so many women who gave their time, really good talent,
Yes.
without getting treasure in return to make sure that they were elevated. And so my role was around storytelling, the things that I love doing, and I feel so fortunate to be able to be privy to these experiences, to learn from these women, but also to elevate the women behind the scenes. All too often, women play a supportive role, and sometimes a thank you goes a long way. So Polish was just honored to provide that.
That's awesome, and we're totally awesome that you are part of this group. You're an awesome new member, and I mean, you guys definitely need to reach out and look for this magazine. We'll have the links connected. Is there anything else that you want to share? Like, well, first, share where people can find you, and then if there's a message you want to share, definitely do that.
I am active everywhere. Casey Harrison, we're Polish Comms, you can find us everywhere. And really, I would say, whatever you're doing, do it fearlessly. I mean, feel the fear, do it anyways, right? I think it's so important that we recognize that we're in a time and a place where we can do almost anything we want to do.
That's right.
We just have to be willing to listen. And I think through entrepreneurship, that's one lesson that I've continued to learn about myself. And it's just been such a gratifying, but also fulfilling opportunity to welcome others.
You know, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing some time here. Now we're going to find somebody else to come and share some stories behind the scenes and in the mix. You're welcome. Thank you.
Word and deed. As you do so, you should also be mindful of NAWBO's vision and mission, strengthening the wealth-creating capacity of our members and promoting economic development within the entrepreneurial community. creating innovative and effective change in the business culture, building strategic alliances, coalitions, and affiliations, and transforming public policy and influencing opinion makers, like we just did in DC. Can I get a clap for that? Regional advocacy.
That's right.
Do each of you accept this as your goal and promise to discharge your duties to the best of your ability?
I do.
There wasn't a part in there for you to, oh well. I will now perform the swearing in. Board members and advisors, please raise your right hand and respond in unison to each oath of office with the words, I will. Will you pledge
Karen?
to support NAWBO's mission of...
Karen, are you supposed to go up there?
Oh, come on down.
Oh, you're the one.
We got room for you right here. All right. Welcome, welcome. All right, everybody here? Ready to go? Okay. Will you pledge to support NAWBO's mission of propelling women entrepreneurs into economic, social, and political spheres of power worldwide while representing the interests and concerns of all women entrepreneurs? Will you pledge your word of honor as a woman entrepreneur and as a member of NAWBO to faithfully uphold its bylaws and to always act in the best interest of the organization? Will you pledge to commit the time and resources needed to execute the duties and responsibilities of your office as a member of the Board of Directors of the National Association of Women Business Owners Indianapolis Chapter? And will you pledge to uphold the values of the organization, act in its best interest, execute on responsibilities, and pursue NAWBO's mission, always with honesty, integrity, and to the best of your ability? Congratulations, board members. All right. Now I would like to swear in the new board president, Christy Normal. The torch has been passed. Christy, please take the oath of office for your service as board president. I gotta stay on script. Will you promise and pledge to execute the duties and responsibilities of chair of the National Association of Women Business Owners in Indianapolis Chapter? Sorry, to the best of your ability, to uphold the organization's bylaws and always support NAWBO's mission of propelling women entrepreneurs into economic, social, and political spheres of power worldwide, and to lead the 2025-2026 NAWBO Indianapolis Board of Directors with wisdom, honesty, and integrity? It was a little longer than we thought. And now it is with great pleasure that I present to you the 2025-2026 NAWBO Indianapolis Board of Directors and President, Christy Normal. It gives me great pleasure to invite Christy to the stage. Please welcome Christy Normal, NAWBO Indianapolis Board President.
All right, we made it to the end of the night here. Promise to keep this short and sweet, and I have a hungry 13-year-old boy at home who I'm probably gonna have to text DoorDash to here in a moment, so we'll move on here. But it's truly an honor to stand here before all of you today as the incoming president of NAWBO Indianapolis. And I want to begin by offering my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Jamise Curtis Banks for her incredible leadership and service. And under your thoughtful guidance, our chapter has grown through lifting up, speaking up, and showing up. So thank you, Jamise, for laying this powerful foundation that we can continue to build upon. Trissetta, thank you so much for being here today. I think Trissetta was the first individual that invited me to be a part of the committee at NAWBO. So it's very exciting for me to see her moving into the chair position at NAWBO National. And as we look ahead, I'm inspired by the theme of this next version of our chapter, the power of connection. So connection to me is more than a buzzword. It's truly the heart of this organization. At the core of every breakthrough, every opportunity, every success story is a single connection. A conversation, a shared vision, or a cheers meeting that sparks something transformative. I've told this story before, but I recall my first time attending a NAWBO event. And I was very new in my business, just starting out. The chapter president reached out through a friend at the time and invited me to come. And I stood in the very back of the room, next to the bar, with a wine glass in my hand, and strategizing how I was going to work into a conversation, talk about who I was, what I was doing in my business. And that's the beauty of NAWBO and its members, right? It takes people from the back of the room, and through the power of that one connection, I was challenged, I was empowered, I was encouraged, and propelled to the front of the room. So I'm here, now in front, ready to lead one of the greatest chapters in our country. So our success at NAWBO could not be possible to start without the support of others. And I want to acknowledge again our partners and our event sponsors, Bank of America and Indiana Energy Association. Leanne, again, I don't know where you are, oh, there you are, but you are a warrior and you are the heartbeat of this organization, so I'm so excited to work with you. In our mainframe company, into over the next 2 years, I could not feel more proud to lead alongside our amazing board. We truly have some of the most talented women in our community, and a special shout out to my husband and family who already support my crazy schedule, all my business and professional endeavors. This is a 2-year commitment, so you got me right. So NAWBO Indianapolis, we are more than an organization. We are a movement, of course, a sisterhood of innovators, leaders, and change makers. So as we begin this journey together, let's remember, in every direction, there's strength and connection. Let's connect, let's grow, and let's lead together. Thank you.
I need to have Deb Oates and Carol Curran come up. Where's Deb and Carol? The last thing I'm going to leave you with, Christy Cormo. Come on around here, Madam President. So Deb and Carol represent the foundation. The work on the magazine raised $10,000 for the NAWBO Foundation. Thank you to everyone that contributed. All right, that's all yours.
Feel free to network, connect,
Do you want to do like a?
Oh, sure.
Okay, just to reiterate, QR codes are around for the sign much more. We'll leave it open until tomorrow. So thank you all for your time, generosity,
So,
and support.
but we're behind the scenes and in the mix, and today we have with us.
Jaleesa Slade, President and CEO of Slade Consulting.
Now tell us a little bit about Slade Consulting.
Sure. At Slade Consulting, we work with nonprofit organizations in the areas of grant research, grant writing, and fund development. Before I started the business, I worked in nonprofits for over a decade, and so I could see no matter the size of nonprofit, capacity was always an issue. So either there's not enough staff or staff isn't properly trained. So that's where we come in. We understand each organization is unique. So we meet one-on-one, we want to understand the issues, and then come in with solutions to that problem to bring in the funding that organizations need for their mission.
Oh my gosh, sorry about that. Okay, so I love that. So you help nonprofits with grant writing, and building capacity.
Yes.
Because that's the number one thing that a lot of nonprofits are really struggling with, and especially with AI and workforce, like,
Yeah, and if you don't have enough staff, I mean,
Yes.
normally there's like, for smaller organizations, there's an executive director and maybe a few part-time staff, or there's one person doing everything. And even I have clients where they have an entire staff, but there are just so many opportunities that are coming to them, and then also, wanting to manage their full fund development process, their annual plan, individual solicitations, and if they're gearing up for a major gift campaign or even a capital campaign,
Yes.
we want to be strategic and make sure we're following the mission, but we're also bringing in those funds so that they can continue to have impact in the community.
Oh, I love that. You know what? Well, because there's so many nonprofit, there's a nonprofit community that we're looking for people, to do this. So now that I know like what you do, I'm definitely going to be sharing. And now that you're sharing the story here on NAWBO's Indy behind the scenes and in the mix, people can learn that about you and maybe reach out. So where can they reach out to you?
So they can always view our website at www.sladeconsulting.org, or they can reach out to me specifically at jslade@sladeconsulting.org. And I would love to learn more about the nonprofits that are in the community. Like I said, work with you one-on-one to see what those issues are and really come together with a game plan. Because, missions are so important to the community, and so you want to have that impact, but you need the money to be able to do that. We want to make sure not only are we strengthening your case for support so people know why they should give to you and the impact that you have in the community, but then also we want to make sure that it's sustainable, so even after that grant ends or your annual campaign ends, that you have a very solid foundation to be able to continue doing that work in your community.
Awesome. And then when you said that one-on-one, because every nonprofit is not the same, so of course you're going to need that one-on-one. So definitely you want to connect with Jaleesa. So now you're also a NAWBO-Indy member, and you also were part of the task force where with the Boss Ladies magazine to support raising funds for the NAWBO-Indy Foundation. Tell us a little bit about what you did and that experience, and what you're walking away from, because since today is like the final closing of that.
Sure, it's been fantastic working on the task force, being able to interact and work with so many talented women business owners here in the Indianapolis area. So I assisted Leanne Richardson, who is executive director of NAWBO, with the silent auction, but also being a part of, the ideas around the Boss Lady magazine edition and doing a few interviews with individuals as well as to hear stories from NAWBO members that have owned businesses who started with just themselves and they've scaled up to having multiple employees and decades of experience as business owners. I've learned so much and I've gained so much, and it's helped me in my own business, but also it's brought me closer to the community that is NAWBO Indianapolis.
Awesome. We're looking forward to so many great things because, especially with the new president being installed today, we've got a lot of work to do, to jump on board and support that. So is there anything else that you want to share? Because we did connect. So is there anything like a message, a little wrap-up message before we wrap up our session?
Sure. So a message out there to all of the business owners, it's taking it one step at a time and always having faith in yourself. And one thing that Bobby talked about during the fireside chat is knowing that there are going to be some rough times, but also having that faith in yourself and knowing that you're going to come back from it and that you're going to grow. But it's just a part of being a business owner. It's a roller coaster. You're going to have those ups and those downs, but just staying focused and really having your own personal mission for yourself as an individual, but then a mission for your business so that you can continue to see that it's bigger than just you and the impact that you're having, and that keeps you going.
Yes. And a community like this, being able to storytell and just share and just being able to see we're not alone in the struggles, because entrepreneurship is truly a journey. Thank you so much, Jaleesa.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So we can Let's play some more. See what else she needs.
I'm here.
I was just saying, good to see you again.
Are you leaving?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna try to get you in front of the story wall. Yeah.
I do have to say something to Victoria. So are you guys working together? Or are you gonna work together on projects? Or, I'm not even sure where all this falls. Like, she does, what you're doing.
Like, it's just like all different, but
No, you were I'm just trying to figure out like how this
like how it all came together really through June. Yeah, and then we kind of like I think that they're very very nice for just even like because I had to like back out a little bit because I was they were generous. So that's
right now.
I am. It's just a lot because we had the AI classes. I mean I was
She was just telling me about it.
I was just so
I know. That was so much.
it was
I think the meals at 40 hours, we had to have been, it had to have been 80 hours.
yeah I mean it's a lot of
It started out one way, and then I never anticipated it was 2 hours on Tuesday, 2 hours on Thursday, 4 hours on Saturday.
Okay, yeah.
One day I'm gonna count up the hours because when the meal said 48, I'm like, no way. We spent 80 some hours.
Yeah, because it was a lot.
It was too
and I was
much.
just starting to feel overwhelmed. I needed to walk. What is it that you're doing? You're not doing everything. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
Because you want to be the best you for yourself.
That's right. You know what? No. Hold on, let me just. All right, so we're going to go ahead and check out. So if you have been joining us, I know it's been crazy behind the scenes and in the mix. There will be a nice, clean, updated version that will be shared. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and definitely join the movement and donate to the foundation. All right, bye.